Hi, soapy friends. Welcome to Wet Soap Wednesday. Sorry I am a few minutes late, but let's go ahead and get started. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful new year. Lots of exciting, fun things happening. Something about the time of year and fresh starts. And let me also pull you up over here on my phone so I can see any comments as they come in. Okay, let's get this over here so you can see. I dumped out all the gummy bears. Yay! Woohoo! I'm so excited about these gummy bears. Let me check the comments on those, that essential oil blend. Oh, Sarah, you love my head covering. Thank you. I actually didn't put my hair up, so I cheated. It's in a ponytail, and I tucked it in the back of my shirt. Hi, Kathy. Hi, everyone, for popping in. Thank you. All right, let's get to our gummy bears. All right, so I don't need the actual gummy bears right now. We're going to be embedding them, but I'll scooch them over there so we can all look at them. Let me grab a handful and go over what the colors are if I can remember. The oranges here, these orange ones, I believe that's paprika. This is, I don't remember what the darker orange is. I think it has it must have been from our madder root test we did. These little pink ones are the Himalayan rhubarb, and they're doing that kind of funny, I get pinker on the edges kind of rind thing going on, but that's okay. They're still going to be beautiful. The blues are, of course, from the Always Indigo Masterclass Live, where we got those lovely blues. Oranges, oranges, pinks. This green is some alfalfa. This little brown guy is from indigo. This little purpley guy is some alkanet root. And I think that's about it. I had told myself I was going to pour off some white into a mold, kind of go for that clear, you know, gummy bears are kind of clear, but that's kind of an array of the colors of all of our gummy bears. They make me smile so much. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna love this soap. I might have to keep a bar just for myself. My plans are those to kind of pile these gummy bears up on top of some soap. And we're going to do individual cavity molds. I like these ovals. These are the same ones that I used for those rubber duckies. When I'm getting these flexible silicone molds set up, kind of, you know, make sure the bottoms are flat. I have those wonderful chrysanthemum elaborate flower molds, and I love them so much, except it's very easy for them to end up kind of wonked a little bit, so your flower ends up a little off kilter if you're not careful about making sure everything's flat. These are pretty easy to set up because they have a nice flat base on them. So I don't need to be doing this whole make sure it's all flat with this specific mold, but I did kind of want to illustrate that to you. And on this other tray here, I'm just going to put the one and have it as a backup in case we need it. Okay, so let's check our oils. I warmed them up, got sidetracked, left them on the warmer, so they might be too warm. Where did I put my heat gun? Then I popped it in the freezer and started, oh, I hope I don't freeze them. Oh no, we're good. We're at 110, 112-ish. There you go. You can see that. Depending on, okay. So our oils are fine. Here is our sodium hydroxide. This is just a 1-to-1. This recipe, I'm checking its temp. Yeah, it's about 117. So we're not too hot. You definitely don't want to be too hot. This is either going to go really well. We're going to have super, super gummy bear fun, or this is going to be maddening and we'll end up with too thick. And let me explain why. I need to grab some tweezers too. Okay, comment check for you too. Okay. All right, so got my tweezers, putting those with the gummy bears. I want to just set the gummy bears on top of the soap once we pour it. That means I need more than a thin trace. I need, you know, that medium trace pudding so that I can suspend something on top of the soap without it sinking in, just like we did with the rubber duckies. However, if I bring all of my batter to that pudding trace, pour, and then try and futz with gummy bears on each and every one, by the time I get, you know, by the time we're done with this one, by the time we get some of these others all ready to put gummy bears on, so I'm doing this one, they're all gonna start setting up. My recipe is super slow moving, but I've never put itty bitty little gummy bears on top of soap before. I'm not sure what to expect. So here's my plan of attack. I'm going to bring this just to emulsion, maybe super light runny trace. Once my batter is at that trace, I'm going to pour off just a bit of it, you know, just enough to kind of cover the bell of my stick blender. Then I'm going to bring that to my pudding trace and fill just a couple of them, put the gummy bears on, pour a little more in, thicken that up, and so forth until we're done. That way, it's at that nice thicker trace, ready for gummy bears, just maybe 2 or 3 at a time, I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes. I'm not working with a lot of oil. I have way too many cavity molds set up, but I don't think I'm gonna fill my molds all the way to the top. I'm going to fill them maybe a quarter, maybe an 1/8 of an inch from the top. At least I'm going to try it. I'm always kind of heavy-handed when I pour, so we'll see. But not all the way to the top, because once I start pushing the gummy bears in, the soap will kind of rise up out, and I don't want a rim of soap batter around it. I just want bar soap, gummy bears on top, kind of like maybe if you were putting gummy bears on top of a cupcake type of a look, without doing a cupcake and frosting. I don't know if you'll ever see me do frosting soaps. Oh my gosh, that's so much effort and skill involved in that. Okay. Let's get started. So the essential oils, the blend is posted over on the post exact ratios, and once I get more figured out, oh, I did a big glop, I'll let you know. I did add, so this is 1,000 grams of oil here, and I'm doing 2% of my oils as essential oils, so that is 20 grams, and I'm just getting the bits off that. Then I also added some clay to this. I used 10 grams of just a kaolin clay, so I will have kind of a creamy colored soap. Some of these essential oils do have a little bit of color to them, nothing too drastic. I think I'm going to get more of a color from the clay than from the oils. So this will not be a white soap, but that is okay. But look, maybe kind of like, you know, more of like a white birthday cake. Those are never all the way white. Okay, maybe kind of a vanilla look to it. And hopefully it'll smell kind of peachy. Could do something fun with the name, maybe call it That's Just Peachy or something. I don't think it matters what you call it. It's gonna have gummy bears on top. Okay, just gonna get that dispersed in there. Oh, I was going to show you the gummy bear molds too, in case some of you haven't seen them. I've got all my molds down here. I've got 2 bins of molds. Here they are. I did link them, but they're these, and I was pouring into them in lots of the lives and some of the classes that are on the website last calendar year. We can say last year now. So they're kind of, to fill them is kind of, you have to have a little bit of patience. I kind of just pour over the top and smush it around with a spatula. You can't really pour into those individual cavities. I mean, look at these little guys. They're so small. They're just so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is just the clay, the essential oils, the base oils. I really like the bell on this stick blender. It is really, see how short that is? So if I just kind of go in on the side, I mean, there's like almost no burping needed on this thing. I'm just making sure that clay's fully dispersed. I got out all the clumps as I was smushing it around with the spatula before I put it in, but I'm just being extra sure. Okay, so let's get our sodium hydroxide added. I am going to take this off just a minute. It's just going to be easier to pour down the spatula. And you know what? Let's go ahead and strain it. There's a little bit of ashing on top of this. And why bother dealing with those flecks if we don't have to? Okay, with everything going on, I'm a smidge out of space, so I'm putting this over in my bin. Sorry for the 2 off-camera walks today, but it's all right. We are all friends here, aren't we? Okay. So again, I am just looking for an emulsion super light trace to start with. So I stopped there to stir and look because I definitely saw oil streaks on top. I believe I'm at an emulsion and I am nervous about this moving super fast, so I might stop here, assuming I'm at that emulsion. Let's take a look. So I'm looking to see if any oil and water are kind of separating. I did see a little bit. I'm going to give it just another pulse, maybe 10 seconds or so here. Yeah, I see a couple streaks on the top from the side. I think I'm just worrying because this is something I've never done before with those Gummy Bears, so I'm worried about the trace. And I just did some hot process soaps and a high water content soap yesterday, and those traced really fast. But this is with my 1-to-1 in this base of oils. I usually have a pretty slow, controllable trace. So I should just go back to with what I know will happen instead of worrying about what happened yesterday, right? Okay, let's look here. I don't know how well you can see it. I did get some new lighting put in. I put the white sheeting down to kind of minimize some reflection for you guys. I hope that helped. Oh yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just pour off enough of this to cover the bell and a bit. Let's bring that. So there's gonna be a lot of stick blending in this live, and this might take a while, but we'll get her done. I think I need to cover that a little more. I think I'm gonna be bringing in some air bubbles. So I'm just finding a balance of speed on this to where, so I want it to go pretty fast, but if I bring it too fast, I'm starting to see the bell. So yep, I'm gonna have to cover it up some more. All right, we might have to do half at a time. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, so looking at comments and stick blending at the same time, is there a list some of the essential oils that cause your recipe to accelerate or trace? I'll answer that, Heidi, offline unless someone else does. I don't know if there's a list, but a lot cinnamons and some florals really do that. And Adina said, what do I mean by, is there a little bit of ash? On my sodium, I didn't cover my lye solution. So my lye solution was exposed to air while I was getting set up. So had about hour and a half, 2 hours of just sitting out, and I had a little bit of ash on top of the lye water from that. Soda ash, so that's when the sodium hydroxide and the CO2, so the air, when it touches air. If I had just put some saran wrap on top of my little container, I wouldn't have had that issue. Okay, so this is taking longer to come to that pudding trace, because remember, I was oh so careful not to have too much water and I have those lower temps. So now we might have to wait. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little test here. One, can I pick up a gummy bear without it slipping out? Oh, I can, look. I can pick these up. I'm just gonna test. I might have to scoop this gummy bear out. Yep, he's still sinking. Well, and we lost him. Fishing out the gummy bear. He does not float just yet. Well, we're definitely thicker. Wonder if we are thick enough. Let's try another gummy bear. Let's see if we can set him on top. Almost. So close, so close. Let me pull him out. Yeah, when I was blending this up with lower and I saw the bell, I definitely did incorporate some air bubbles in here. Oh well, it's okay. Embrace the bubbles. It's so great. Okay, one more burst or two. Okay, so I could definitely see the bell when I pulled it out, meaning the impression of it. And it's not super pudding, but I do have a good trace in there. Let's test another gummy bear. I'm waiting to see if it sinks. He's sinking a smidge. We could pile up more. While we are waiting, this thinner batter here, I'm putting it over on my warmer. Now that warmer is not on, and by a warmer, it is just a countertop burner that I turned on a while ago and then turned off. So it's just warmer than room temp. I'll test it. Yeah, it's at 80 degrees. versus my tabletop here, which is at 70 degrees. So just keeping it a little warmer. That'll make it so our next batch, little mini batch like this, doesn't take as long to stick blend. So when you're dealing with getting a trace, oh, that looks way better. That's going to work for you, whether it's thinner or thicker. I know I've talked about this before. There's a lot you can do by manipulating, I need my towel, by manipulating your factors of your temperature, how much water is in your recipe. Giving him a minute to see if he'll think, oh, I think he's sitting up. Didn't seem, okay, so your water, the temperature of your oils, and friction, the stick blender, and of course time. So we could have, yeah, just sat here and waited, but then we'd all be going, oh, most boring life in the world, most boring live stream ever. It's when, you know, like save it for recording and fast forward through it. Yeah, we're good. Our gummy bears are floating. Awesome. Woohoo. Okay, so let's see if we can get some of these guys piled on top. Okay, I said I was not going to fill these. I am not filling all the way to the top. I am not filling all the way to the top. See, I have to talk to myself about it. That should be good. I don't know if I'll have them all perfectly even or whatnot, but and there we go. Okay, now plan of attack here. I don't know if I need to place them one at a time or if maybe I should scoop some on. Let's just kind of go for it. Let's first try a mix and a scoop. Mix, scoop. Gummy bears, some of them definitely plopped down in. I think that's fine. I've got oodles and oodles of gummy bears here. Okay, I don't think I want them butt up. His little gummy bear butt was sticking up. So I'll just flip a couple of them over. So they're all facing up. Heck, I could just add a couple more. I'm just gonna put them in there. Okay, I think we will I think I kind of liked that. I kind of scooped some in. It got a bit random, which is totally wonderful. Loved that. And it really does now kind of look like a pile of gummy bears. And I'm waiting for, I think this one. Okay, see, now I'm going to start futzing over it. You go back in. Let's just put another blue one in there. I just wanted a blue one on top. That I saw more than just his little legs. But I mean, when you get your bag of gummy bears, they're not all facing up at you. Oh, that's cute. I think I like that. Okay, I don't know if we need a scoop. Maybe we need to just put some gummy bears on. Oh, no, scooping worked better than plopping them in. Plopping them in and more of them sunk down to the bottom. With the scoop, I could manipulate, just kind of lay them on top and let them sink in a little bit. I think our next few, I think I might bring this to a little bit of a thicker trace for the next ones. Lots of blues on top of that one. Let's put some pinks on there. So I do, this is fun. These are so dang cute. Oh my goodness. I do need to make sure all of the gummy bears are in the fresh batter for sure. Otherwise, they're just going to fall off. I think I want another orange one on that one. And then, where are my purple ones? Maybe I shouldn't futz about color arrangement on these either, because every time I think I've got enough or not enough, I mean, it just needs to be kind of random. Yeah, I love them. Okay, back to laying these on with the spoon. That definitely worked best than just getting a handful of them. See how that kind of just, they're laying on top now. Okay, that one's upside down. Instead of rolling them over, I'm just gonna put another one on top. Just putting some gummy bears on the soap. Oh my gosh, I love these. I mean, you need to find joy where you can, right? And if putting little gummy bears on top of a little bar of soap that maybe some little kiddo is going to not, you know, take that little bit extra effort to wash their hands that day. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Okay, let's put this one there. I think I want a little more batter in this one. That one was a little bit lower. See how nicely that batter sits on top? Okay. Let's see if, oh, we've spooned them. I can go ahead and plop these in there because they're going to end up sinking a bit. And I wonder if any of these are making it towards the bottom or towards the outsides of the mold. These will be really fun to unmold. I'm going to flip that one over. So now, as far as how many gummy bears are on here, I think my brain just started focusing on, I want to make sure that little guy gets in there, how much the mold is filled up versus how many gummy bears I actually see. Oh, those guys are cute. They're kind of sitting on the end. Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew I'd like these. I didn't know I'd be having these many giggles. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Oh my goodness. So cute. Before doing these live streams with you all, I did not, I didn't do a lot of decorative type soaps. I mean, I did some, but mostly my soap making was production for the half rounds that I sell through my retail. So awesome to be able to make a living off of soap, regardless of if you are regardless of how that soap looks like or what your production is. But I do say some of these little more creative fun things, thank you all for giving me excuse to put gummy bears on soap, right? Oh my goodness. I'm going to scoop from another area. Bear soap. Okay, those look great. I'm really excited about these. All right, let's blend up the rest. Where did I put it on the warmer? And yeah, so like I had said, when you're dealing with trace, you have your temperature, you have water content, You have friction, so the stick blender, and you have time. So we spend some time. This batter is thicker than when we started. Plus, I had put some heat on it. So let's go ahead. Now, not a lot of heat. We're talking about a little, it sat on an 80-degree countertop versus sitting on a 70-degree countertop. Let's bring this up to our pudding medium trace, if we can get it, without making you listen to a stick blender for 5 minutes. Let's see how it goes. It's already thicker than when we started. While this is blending, I'm also going to look at the comments again for you. Hi Ingrid from West Coast Vancouver. I was talking with a friend of mine from Denver last night as I was sitting out on my back porch enjoying a very nice, cool but not cold evening, because I'm here in Tucson, Arizona, and being very grateful for the warm weather. You know, everything's all relative. I've been in Denver for 20 plus years and it's super cold there now, so I've been enjoying not having any snow. Oh, that's pretty good, but I'm going to give it another 10 seconds or so here. Yeah, I definitely had oodles and noodles of time with this. I could have had my oils much warmer. I'm just pouring on these because it's closer to me. Much warmer, or added a little more water, which kind of helps heat things up, and not had to stick blend it as much. But again, I was just so nervous that by the time I was able to fill up, you know, put Gummy Bears on the last few bars, they would have already set up way too much. So lightly spooning some Gummy Bears. Oh my goodness. Gummy Bear scoops. These tweezers are great. They're stainless steel with some silicone tips on them, but when they are wet, they're slippery. And by wet, I mean wet soap on them. I thought they were going to help me with the heart embeds we did. They did because I could dip down and scoop up the hearts, but I thought I would be grabbing a heart with a tweezer and plopping them on, and definitely not so. So I'm just looking to make sure. I want the rim of my soap batter to, got a lot of blues, kind of start coming up out of the mold. Just want them all to kind of have the same amount of visualness. And let's put, I'm going to push that in a bit more and get another one to stick on it. There we go. Okay. Just so they all come out weighing as close to the same as possible. That sure does make labeling easy peasy. To figure out what I'm going to do with these. Don't know if they'll end up in a local shop or if I'll do a giveaway. Been doing some charity donations with all the soaps. His head's sticking straight up, and that's awesome. Talk about a fun way to use up overpours. Oh my goodness. Another idea I had with these was to pour a slab of soap and put all of the gummy bears just, you know, scattered all across them, the top, and then cut it. My sister forbid me from doing that because she didn't like the idea of decapitated gummy bears on her soap. And since she is the one that gifted me the gummy bear molds, I said, okay, I will not put them anywhere they would need to be cut. We will have no decapitated gummy bear soaps. At least for this first time. Shh, don't tell her. Yeah, next, I'll probably do the same thing with my overpours of colors and put, just fill those gummy bear molds up again. And when I have another stack of them, I want to do a slab mold. Just pour a slab of soap and cover that sucker with gummy bears. I think these are turning out super cute. Yeah, long and tedious process though compared to some of our other lives. I hope you all are doing some, you guys can chat with each other in those comments. I hope you are. And I'll go back and read them. Oh. That one looks pretty good. I think this guy needs a little tuck in though. Oh, look, I got one that I like just by my 2 scoops. Even got the right amount in there. One. Gummy bears. Okay, either I just got really adept at doing this, or my perception of acceptable gummy bear placement has adjusted itself. Oh my gosh. Added those 2 extra so I again get it to lift up. Let's go ahead and pour that in there. Oh, good thing I had that 3rd mold, huh? Oh, I'll pull it closer so you can see this one too. Gummy bears. Oh my gosh, remember the, for depending on your age and where you're located, who here remembers the Gummy Bear cartoon? Is it Gummy Bears? Gummy bears, and there's something like magical everywhere. Oh man, when we were kids in the US here, you'd come home from school and there'd be these cartoons on, and we watched a lot of cartoons as kids. Oh my gosh, I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm gonna have to find the Gummy Bear song. If anyone wants to take a minute to go on YouTube and find it and then link it in the chat, oh please do, that'd be awesome. Is that Gummy Bears? Gummy bears? Something magical everywhere. Yeah, I'm definitely not a singer. All right, getting the, let's bring the rest of this to trace. Definitely don't need to pour it into here, but let's just do everything the same way for all of them. See, already thicker. Time is one factor you have to keep in mind when you are contemplating trace. So I had just cause for being concerned about potential, sorry, putting things in the sink. But as I was saying, there was a reason why I was concerned that by the time we got to these last few, we'd be too thick, because this is much, much thicker than it was when I poured off that full bit. If I had brought that, if I had soaked maybe at 130, 140, or had more water, or brought this to that medium suspension trace on that first one, by the time we were filling the ends, it would have been too thick, and they would have more kind of sat on top versus been embedded into the bars of soap. So this took a little more time. So I almost bring all that air into the soap. This took a little more time from all the separate little batches, but I think it was well worth it. It's also something I do when I'm layering soap. If I want that first layer, you can split your batch of soap. There's the tutorial I have on splitting batches by math. You can split your soap up, and then if you want that bottom layer to sit up faster, bring it to a thicker trace. Yeah, I'll just fill these last 3 up. I think I will need 1 or 2 off that spare mold, which will make up for, you know, the capacity of the gummy bears. I got the rebatching tutorial up for y'all in time for you to do some Christmas coals, and in there I talk about other ways to reuse soap, which is, you know, some confetti and some salting out, but I don't have all the math worksheets and tutorials up on the site yet for you. They will be separate tutorials, but kind of in the introduction to the rebatching, you get kind of like, you know, it's my little, sorry, thinking about gummy bears and talking to you about soap at the same time. It's an overview of when is it appropriate to rebatch your soap, and what are some other ideas for kind of using up kind of extra fugly soap, you know, our kind of end scraps, and what are we going to do with all those. We've got a couple more ideas. Of course, over pours into cute molds is a great way to use up little bits of soap. But you can also do confetti soap, and of course rebatch it in new soap. But anyway, the biggest challenge with that is how much to use for your mold. And I've got some math that helps with that. So I am going to be getting those up on the site. So those other tutorials up on the site this quarter. And it tells you, the idea is the math would tell you if I was going to be putting all these gummy bears in my soap, if I wanted to not have any leftover soap batter, how much batter should I make based on how much gummy bear I'm using. Kind of a bad example here because I didn't know how much gummy bear I'd be using, but you can make some good approximations. Don't like them when their little butts are sticking up. Some more heads up in there. Yeah, get in there. So those are my other plans. This quarter, we're also, going to do a master class live with the Ann George's Earth Song. Yeah, her Earth Song is next for this quarter. I'll do Beyondness, her Beyondness soapy kit, second or third quarter. I'll have to look at my schedule. And I'll try and get some more of this stuff up kind of on a schedule for you. The Earth Song kit is the one where we're going to do some blending of greens, and we're going to do a lot of use with annatto. Wow, okay. I randomly guessed how much I should fill these up. So that the gummy bears would sit in well, but not only all of that, check that out. I'm out of batter. I'm out of batter. The perfect amount of soap. Sheer luck. Oh, it's kind of an awesome feeling. I've used up most of my gummy bears as well here. I have, next week, I shouldn't promise, probably next week, we're going to be using up the very, very last of the gummy bears and the very last few hearts with a super quick, easy way to use up your soaps, your little soapy scraps, your little oddball embeds without actually making new soap. Because this is fun, but I don't want to make soap and then then I've got leftover soap, which means you got to make more soap. Sometimes you just want the soap gone. But there's no way we're not going to use it. And a gal can only take so many showers, right? Okay, I think, well, yeah, okay, I'm going to push one more right there. Maybe a little pink one in there. Once I covered them up a little bit. There, Gummy Bear soap. Gummy Bear soap, my dear soapy friends. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I love them. I heart my gummy bears. Okay, that is everything. That was quite a lengthy, time-consuming live. Let me look and see if there are... Oh, Brenda, is that the Gummy Bear song on YouTube? Thank you. Thank you. I'll have to click it. Oh my goodness. You can't soap because of an injury, but this is well, I'm glad I could help you fulfill your soaping addiction while you are unable to soap, and now you have something to think about. Gummy bears. Maybe I'll do a high-speed scrub on some of this with the Gummy Bear theme song going in the background of it. Oh my gosh, these guys are so fun. Okay, I should stop nitpicking. They look great. All right, Soapy Friends, hop over to the YouTube channel for more Soapy Friends content. You can also be sure you're in the group, the Natural Soap Color Group for Soap Makers on Facebook, linked on the page here. Make some Gummy Bear soap, watch some YouTube videos. Don't forget to hop over to the website. Lots of free content there. There's new blog posts coming out this month. Great blog posts up there as well, as far as adding foodstuffs to your soap, adding charcoal. There's one on labeling that I just got put up. We've had lots of great tips from Mary Gail. Be sure to grab her book. And of course, there's all of the tutorials, recipes, and master classes up on the website. I did want to answer one question that I was asked twice this week about the Extracting Color from Masterclass series. And that is, it's a bundle. So there are a couple ways to buy for that series. You can buy the individual tutorials. So there's one on teas and decoctions, and then there's one on slurries. So maybe you already know about teas and decoctions and you just want slurries, or the other way around. There's also a single tutorial that's just on oil infusions. Maybe that's all you want. You can grab just those individual portions. They're under tutorials. Then there's also an option to purchase a masterclass for water soluble and then a masterclass for oil soluble colorants. The masterclasses include the tutorials, so the related tutorials, plus additional content. All of the additional content is included in the description on the website. The most beneficial additional content that I think you're going to enjoy is you get color updates. So I come and update you on lather tests and color fading. So those tutorials were released last year. This summer there'll be an update to show you what the colors look like, both exposed and unexposed. You'll get those new content added to master classes as it becomes relevant. And then there's the master class bundle. The bundle is everything, absolutely everything. The oil soluble masterclass, which includes the oil soluble tutorials, plus all the updates, the water soluble masterclass, which includes the slurries and the teas and the decoctions tutorials, plus all the updates, all of that bundled together. Plus, it includes a free digital edition of my book, The Natural Soap Color Palette, where you learn to extract color from nature and blend colors. So the Extracting Color from Masterclass series is a companion to the book. It goes into more detail about the infusion and the actual extraction process, where the book really focuses on dealing with the experimentation of creating various blends, like all of these purples in here in the book. They're all outlined and explained in detail. Only one of them is alkanet, only one. The rest are blended colors. So you'll learn all about that, blues, yellows, all that good stuff. So that's in the book, which you can get on Amazon, or you can get the digital edition on the website. And the book is free when you buy the full Extracting Color from Masterclass bundle, the full shebang. All right. Happy Wet Soap Wednesday, soapy friends. I'll update you and unmold these, and yay, Gummy Bears! Okay, off to go listen to the Gummy Bear theme song. Have a great week. Bye-bye.